This video is going to talk about some upcoming Destiny 2 features and PvP modes that I think are very important for us to know and that I'm very excited about, including going over the Destiny 2 leaks. Don't worry, I will not mention any story spoilers in any way, so this video is safe to watch and send to your friends. There are some things that I am really excited for, which is why I'm even giving any of this attention. When it comes to leaks, you should never just assume they're true. And even when they are, there's a chance they still may not happen. However, Joe Blackburn tweeted about some things that confirms a lot of what I'm excited about. I will read this in a minute, but as always, leave a comment with your thoughts on what you think about these upcoming features and the future of Destiny. And if you want to read the full leak, including the story spoilers, the link is in the video description. But before we get into that, if you didn't know, we have a brand new second channel called BAX. The X stands for extra. I'm excited about this channel. Sometimes you don't have time or even want to watch a full 10 or 20 minute video. I get it. Short videos are great. Sometimes you just want to send a short clip of a great moment to your friends. I got you. The BAX channel is the place to find unforgettable moments that you can easily find and share with your friends. Some moments never make it into a video, and some moments are hard to find in old videos. The BAX channel is going to be the library of some of our greatest and most unforgettable moments you might have missed or may just want to watch over and over again. So make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out. It's gonna be awesome.
Thanks a lot, you, and I'll see you tomorrow, idiot.
Now, on to the future of Destiny 2. Joe Blackburn tweeted out, ahead of the showcase this month, I wanted to take a little time to talk about Destiny PvP. Thank God. About time. Little late, but that's okay. I like Joe Blackburn. I think he's great for the game. Competitive modes are a part of what makes this game special. I can't imagine a version of Destiny 2 that doesn't involve getting a sweet new gun and taking it for a spin in the Crucible. Before I read the rest of this, I have been a very vocal critic about Destiny 2 PvP. I actually have been holding off making a video talking about Destiny PvP is the worst experience I've ever played in a video game. And I didn't want to make that. I've been holding off. I don't want to make that video because my hope is that it gets better. And all we want is for it to get better. And the purpose, even if I end up making that video, the purpose is to give voice to things that are issues so that they stop being issues, so that attention can be put on those problems to make it a better experience for everybody. Hopefully, after all of this, I won't have to make that video. Less work for me, right? Competitive modes are a part of what makes this game special. I can't imagine a version of Destiny 2 that doesn't involve getting a sweet new gun and taking it for a spin in the Crucible. This year, the team has spent a lot of our future facing effort on plussing up the current Crucible experience. You've seen some of this already in stasis balancing, reputation updates, and shifting weapon metas. Next season, you'll continue to see this effort with not only changes to 3-peaking, but also what the team has been planning for the revamp of Trials of Osiris. Tune in 8/24 for more info. Mark that on your calendar. We've got to keep our foot on the gas when it comes to revitalizing PvP pursuits and keeping gameplay metas fresh. Yes, you do. This isn't something we'll ever be done with, but we know we also have room to grow when it comes to new maps and modes. The first half of 2021, we've been working on the foundation, but now we're spinning up teams on new maps and modes. This is important because sometimes you have to take extra time to lay a good foundation to build on top of that. I understand the delay, I get that, but this communication is what is needed when something is going to be taking longer. So I'm glad he's finally speaking up about this as publicly as this is. We believe in this investment, but it is going to take some time before you start seeing results in the game. That's fine. The ultimate goal here is consistency. If you play PvP, the team wants you to understand that you will be getting new maps and modes every year, and that the cadence of those coming out feels predictable. Good, good, good. But in order to get predictable, we need to open the faucet again. New maps take time to get right, so to open the faucet for Season 16, the team is working on porting 2 vaulted Destiny 2 maps to be compatible with our engine updates. This right here gives a little bit of validity to the leaks that I'm about to read to you. When we upgraded our engine with Beyond Light, it means we had to hand port all of our Destiny 2 maps and modes. So while it may seem from the outside like we're just pushing a button, there's a significant lift from the team to get more of this content back in rotation. Understandable. After reprised maps in Season 16, Season 17 will come with a brand new map. There are a bunch of new environments in Destiny 2. We're excited to start bringing them into the Crucible. That's great. I know there's been a lot of complaining about maps. I get it. You guys are tired of the same old maps. I get it. But Bannerfall is a great map. Always has been. The maps are not always the problem when it comes to a PvP. Fortnite was played on the same map constantly. Halo, we played Chill Out and Damnation constantly. Destiny 1, Bannerfall. You can still have great experiences on old maps, but if you have a new map and there's issues with the game and how it runs and how it performs and balance and all those other things that make it a bad experience, you're going to have those same bad experiences on new maps. Maps do not solve the problem. That's what I've tried to voice in the past year. Finally, after those 3 maps are added to the rotation in 16 and 17, we will be remastering a Destiny 1 map and bringing it to Destiny 2 for the first time in Season 18. This sentence right here literally confirms a portion of the leak. And this is probably why some of this is being said. All of this effort is going to be done in parallel with the team looking to fund the far future with a predictable roadmap of maps in Lightfall and beyond. But maps are just part of the recipe here. Thank you, Joe. We also know we need to support modes. Thank you. There are 3 main efforts going on behind the scenes here. First, the team is investigating getting Rift in Destiny 2! Rift is coming! It's coming back! Rift! I'm excited. We need more modes. We need more choice. I'm excited for Rift. I'm excited for striker football. I'm excited for all the things. It's been too long, man. It's been too long for this kind of stuff. We needed this a while ago. And he even says, it's been too long since we've dunked on some Guardians. Not me, man. I just started up Destiny 1 and did it again a couple weeks ago. The Destiny sandbox has sped up in Destiny 2, so right now the team is validating that the mode still holds up with our new gameplay. Yes. So this is part of the problem. This is why we don't have Clash on a regular basis, because Destiny 2 plays differently. They need to either adjust the gameplay or adjust the modes, and it looks like right now they're trying to adjust the mode. Destiny 2 is a very, very, very different game than Destiny 1, even just movement. Second, the team is working on multiple brand new modes for 2022. Again, this is what I'm excited for from the leak. We aren't quite ready to spoil these yet. Don't worry, I will. It's in the video. I will tell it to you. It's awesome. I'm excited for it. But we're excited to offer new twists and rules and ways you can make Shaxx proud. Or Saladin. Finally, after the dust settles on the Trials update in Season 15, we want to look at what other broad systemic improvements the PvP ecosystem needs. Sorry, I stumbled over that. We want to provide something on the scale of this Trials rework to players every year. So this tweet thread has turned into a tweet novel, but I wanted to make sure that we shed some light on what's going on behind the scenes. Overall, we're still very interested in growing the amount of Destiny we make every year. One way to hold me accountable by looking at our careers page. We're looking for environmental artists, gameplay designers, lighting artists, and more to help improve our PvP output. We know you want more from Destiny, and we are committed to growing the team that's going to make that possible. It's always risky to talk about what's in the oven, as dates and specifics might change. but it's been a while since we've talked PvP and want players to know that we're working on content for all those Guardians who like to spend time with Shax and the Red Jacks. Very excited. Now, let's talk about the leaks. And full disclosure, what I talk about with the leaks was recorded before Joe tweeted all this stuff. There is a link, and what I'm going to do is this is probably going to end up being a YouTube video because I think it's important. All the people, we all have Destiny in common, right? We all want Destiny. If you're watching right now, you want Destiny to be amazing. I want Destiny to be amazing. You may have your opinion on it, but we're all it's like when a new Star Wars comes out or a new Marvel movie. Everybody is hoping that it's just the greatest thing ever. Everybody wants that. That's why everybody's so curious anytime there's any type of leak or any type of new content that's about to come out. People are obsessed about it. And we've got a leak in Destiny. This has been around. This was posted July 14th. I will put the link in the YouTube video. Some of you know about this leak. Some of you don't. I am going to do my best, my absolute best, to not include story leaks, which is why I'm not showing the tab, because if I click this, then it's instantly you're gonna see some stuff about the story. I don't understand why people spoil story. I am 100% against story spoilers. The people that do that type of stuff, I have no fucking respect for. There is only one moment that you get with anything new where it is the first impression. And if your first impression is wasted on hearsay or hearing somebody tell you it, like there's been movies. We've had movies that have been spoiled in our chat when they just came to theater. I remember a Star Wars spoiler that somebody they were going around at people's Twitch chats and just typing one sentence to spoil the entire movie. Fuck those people. And I don't understand, to the person that leaked this, why? Why the fuck would you do that? I don't understand why that's so important for you to do. You know, like, this game, Destiny 2, as much as people talk about how amazing the story is this season or right now in the game, Destiny 2 is not... Destiny, as a video game, is not contingent on the story being good. You guys forget, Destiny 1, for fucking years we had no clue what the fuck was going on in the story. We still played the shit out of it. Why do you gotta spoil the story when it's good? Fuck you. Sorry, chat. Had to get that off my chest. I don't understand why people spoil stories. So I'm gonna do my best not to spoil the story. There's no reason to. And if the story sucks, all I care about in Destiny, is that the game is fun. Is that too much to ask? No story, no plot twist, nothing is going to change whether or not I'm having fun in the game. That's what I want. And so that's why these leaks interest me. And that's what I'm going to try and focus on. I know that's a long intro, but I need you guys to understand. There's some things that I saw in these leaks that I'm interested in, because it might make the game fun for me, for you, and hopefully that's what we can talk about. Okay? Deal? This might not be as exciting as you're used to, because I'm not going to put the text on the screen. I'm just going to try to skim through it and read some stuff out loud as I see it. Okay? So the reason why I and a lot of people are believing this leak to be true is because some of this stuff is from before. And who knows? Maybe I'm getting 100% completely trolled right now, along with some other people. I don't know. Maybe this isn't real. Take it for a grain of salt. But there's some things in here that I can see. That's a raid spoiler that we're not going to talk about. More story spoilers that we're not going to talk about. Raid team agrees Deepstone Crypt was too easy because we were too strong due to cells and other things they can't really nerf. I thought that was super interesting. Not going to read that. Okay. This is super interesting, all right? This is where everybody's getting this from. Bungie's 30th anniversary. Bible pack between 15 and 16. Season 15 and 16. Bungie wants the Halo Magnum in this pack. A dungeon with a unique exotic. Unvaulting D1 content. Many exotic quests, weapons. Armor celebrating Bungie. Halo and Marathon tie-ins. I've seen a lot of this, and this is one of the reasons why I want to talk about this. Who knows? Who knows if it's true? There was a rumor earlier about Microsoft trying to buy Bungie, and they were saying that that was false. Then we've heard more rumors about that. Now there's rumors about the potential for a tie-in with Halo. That would be super interesting to me. If the Halo Magnum comes into Destiny, that would be super interesting. Halo armor. Just any type of cross between Halo and Destiny would be super interesting. Again, we don't know if this is true or not, but if it's not, same old shit that we've always had. If it is, that would be really cool for the game. It would be super interesting. It would be stuff to do. It would be new stuff to have. I would love to have the Halo pistol in Destiny. I would love that. Also might be a reason why hand cannons are as strong as they are. Many exotic quests, weapons, armor celebrating Bungie. And there is a 30th anniversary coming up. So even if that's not going to happen, I'm sure there's going to be something. A new subclass element. I'm gonna go ahead and say it because everybody has been talking about it. So you got Solar, you've got Void, you've got Arc, you've got Stasis, and this says opposite system of Vapor element. Damage over time, think Thorn. This is probably where you've heard those rumors before. Again, whether or not it's true, eventually we're going to have something. And it wouldn't surprise me if we had something like that. Anti-cheat, not next season, but definitely this year. I have heard that from other people as well, that they're definitely working on anti-cheat. Which is why you have heard me not talk about it as much. For all the yelling I do about some of the problems with this game, when it's fixed, I stop yelling about it. That's all we really want, is for these problems to be addressed. Even if it takes time, we just want the problems to be addressed. Crossplay, the DDoSing has stopped for the most part that I know of. This is talking about the Witch Queen. I'm not going to spoil that. So here's something real quick. I'm going to read it out loud. And you guys can feel free to talk about it in the chat. Feel free to think about it. Crafting system is to create and upgrade dual wielding weapons. Hunters get double crossbows. Titan has a sword and shield. I guess Warlock gets like a mean look on his face. I don't know. Doesn't list anything about Warlocks. So, there is something right there that who knows if it's true or not. You had Halo 1, Halo 2 had dual wielding. I personally am not a fan of dual wielding. Sword and shield might be pretty cool. I am not a fan of dual wielding, I don't think in any game. But a game that has like a sword and shield, that kind of thing. Even in Warzone, you have the Renettis that are basically, you can dual wield magnums and pistols and all that kind of thing. It's uncomfortable to me. I don't like it. But it's a thing in video games. It would not surprise me if eventually Destiny has dual wielding. That being said, dual wield Jotun. I think it would be specific. Think of Warzone. I think it would be specific weapons that you can dual wield, not all of them. You know what I mean? So it's a combo. So in Warzone, you pick up a gun that then dual wields. Not like Halo 2 where you could pick up whatever you wanted. I see Destiny doing something more like that. However, that being said, I don't think that's anytime soon. I think that's one of those things I can see it happening, but I see it happening way down the road. I could be wrong about that, but I think with all the issues this game has with balance and all that kind of stuff, I don't know. Maybe that's a Witch Queen thing. Maybe that's a 30th anniversary thing. Maybe that's a 2 years from now thing. But most video games eventually try to tackle dual wielding at some point or another. So, imagine that. Imagine Destiny dual wielding. The reason why I'm skimming through it instead of just skipping it is because it's interesting to see if something gets cut. I'll talk about it later. There's the cryosthesia. When you read what that was supposed to be, is pretty interesting. So sometimes it talks about what they had planned, but... Okay, Season 14, Exotic Sidearm, Perk. Works like Devil's Ruin. Charged shots send forth a beach ball of stasis energy that freezes... Weaker? I think this is weaker and slow, weakens and slows. I think is what it meant. Stronger. Hit from core of the ball, insta-freezes. Ball bounces. This is talking about cryosthesia. This is not what we got. You know what this reminds me of? Moira from Overwatch. She sends out that orb, and it goes through opponents and does different things. So think of the cryosthesia being like that, an orb that goes through things. I don't know why they changed it. Maybe it was bugged. Maybe it didn't work properly. Maybe it was too powerful. Maybe it was whatever. But either way, they decided not to go with that. And maybe that is also why the cryosthesia is absolute garbage. They didn't know what to do with it, so they just gave it what it is. So this is something super interesting to me that I'm sure might spoil the surprise. But I want to mention it, okay? So I'll give you 30 seconds to mute the stream because this is super interesting to me. If you don't want a potentially new gameplay mechanic and or feature spoiled, now's your time to mute and you can come back. They're called Lucent Lieutenants. And it says here, Lucent Lieutenants have full subclasses. Knights get Sentinel. So basically a Hive Knight will have suppressor grenades, barricades, and all that kind of stuff. Hive will have ghosts. It'll factor into gameplay. And I think they talk about, go into detail a little bit more about that later on. When I read that first, I was like, holy shit. I actually had always wondered about what that would be like and never thought that they would put that into the game. So this is one of those, take it for a grain of salt. Maybe it's just wishful thinking, but at the same time, if all these other things are true, there's a possibility that this could be true as well. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we have in the game already mimics some of the things are, you know, enemies that we face, what they have. So imagine going against enemies not in Crucible, in a strike or whatever, and they basically have Guardian abilities. I can, yes, Chrono says I 100% see Bungie doing that to us. So do I, and it's exciting. I am actually excited about that. It might be one of those things that, you know, you hear from the developers and from people that work at Bungie how excited they are for the future. Again, they know details about what's coming that we don't. This might be one of those details that really reinvigorates the game. This is one of those reasons why I never plan to stop playing Destiny fully. Because Destiny is a game where what you feel about it right now can change later on. I've never played a game that is more frustrating a game that I hate to play, and then just a few months down the road have one of the greatest gaming moments in my entire life. That is Destiny. I mean, one day it makes you want to quit and never play it again, and then another day you do something and it's absolutely amazing. And this could be one of those things. And even if it's not, even if this is not one of those things, I fully believe that somewhere down the road, Bungie's got some tricks up their sleeves that they could instantly throw into the game where everybody's just like, oh shit. And even if it only lasts for a year, where you play the shit out of it again, play the shit out of the game, and you just can't get enough, and then you burn yourself out after a year, you know? It'll be pretty damn cool. I'm excited for that. Lucent Lieutenants, full subclasses. We'll talk about that more later. Okay, Iron Banner overhaul seems to be set for Season 15, which is when the armor should come out. I don't think that's happened yet. And if it did happen, it was a weak overhaul. Iron Banner mods have been approved and will be in the overhaul. Spitballed idea was an overshield for capping all 3 zones. So this is a change to the Iron Banner system. Has not happened yet. Before I read, I was thinking if it had to do with mods and weapons and stuff, but this is the part that's talking about the actual Iron Banner system. So imagine not just a lockout, and maybe they get rid of the lockout, and instead the entire team gets an overshield. Who knows? What they need to do is have different Iron Banner modes. I know people are going to hate it, and it might be a flop at first, but I would love to see Iron Banner go into the different modes, and especially Gambit. I would love to see an Iron Banner version of Gambit. When people go into Iron Banner has its freelance matchmaking, and a lot of people go into Iron Banner in teams anyway. I think Iron Banner Gambit would be an absolute shit show, but could eventually be turned into something really amazing. Clash, Iron Banner Clash, Iron Banner Rift. There's so many different things that they could do in Iron Banner. I wish they would get away from the Iron Banner control mechanic and start experimenting with some other Iron Banner versions, modes. Because we have Iron Banner every, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? How the fuck would Iron Banner Gambit work? Same as regular Gambit. But it's the rewards. Iron Banner is control. It's literally control. The lockout mechanism in Iron Banner is relatively new in comparison to Iron Banner. Iron Banner Rift was just Rift, but you got Iron Banner rewards. Iron Banner Clash was just Clash, but you got Iron Banner rewards. Make Iron Banner Gambit. And if you're going to say, oh, but that's not the lore, give me a break. Bungie can literally make up anything to validate it or make an excuse to do it. I think Iron Banner Gambit would be a cool mode. And it would get people to play it and reinvigorate it, hopefully. Gambit was amazing when it first came out. One of the reasons why Gambit's so bad is because, well, lots of reasons. I can't just say one. Anyway, things currently being discussed in-house that could potentially happen by Witch Queen. Potentially is asterisked. If greenlit. So this is being talked about. This is not, it's good to know that this might be being discussed. Eliminating power levels. Reducing sunsetting. Hard mode raids making a return. So some of this has happened, and maybe that's why they took the power level down to the 10 cap. But that being the case, if the artifact is still out there, I'm still not happy. I don't like the unlimited artifact. That's a talk for a whole nother time. We're just trying to get through this. Studio is openly discussing setting up a rituals team for Strikes, Crucible, and Gambit to keep them updated throughout the year and separate from the 2 rotating seasonal teams. I said that years ago. I know that doesn't matter that I said that because we're talking about, restructuring an entire company. But they need to do that. That should not be like questionable. They need a team of people that is their job is to keep things fresh and keep things from getting to the point of where it is right now. Rituals team for strikes, Crucible, and Gambit. I wholeheartedly support that. Iron Banner matches will give Iron Ingrams or superior Iron Ingrams no blues or world drops. I mean, that's a no-brainer. They need to do that. New Iron Banner, new armor sets will have an Iron Banner mod socket with mods specifically for Iron Banner. So if you do Vault of Glass, you get armor that has a socket for Vault of Glass mods. Iron Banner will have the same thing. That's a no-brainer. I see them doing that. The match rule sets will be tuned so things like the Hunt grants the team a weapon damage bonus. That is bullshit. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I get the thought process. I get that it's to what you want to do is you want to have something in there that makes people want to capture zones. The battles should be around the zones. I get that. I totally get that. I totally get that. I understand that philosophy. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get people to play the objective. So what better way to get people to play the objective than to go capture the zones? The problem is we have a broken matchmaking and lobby balance problem. And I think a lot of the problems in the game right now, you can easily say Iron Banner sucks, but why does it suck? If you put two sweaty-ass teams that both want to win in Iron Banner against each other, guess what they're going to do? They're going to fucking capture zones. Because that's how you win. The problem is you have players in Iron Banner that don't give a shit if they win or not. Because they're completing those fucking bounties. And ain't got time for zones if you're completing bounties, right? Don't care if you win because I got a bounty to complete. So, a lot of the problems that these modes have is not the mode. Sure, it needs to be refreshed. I get that. And sure, this might be fun. I'm not going to, don't knock it until you try it. I'm not going to poo-poo it until I see what it's like. But I know that, and this is why I yell about matchmaking and lobby balancing so much. Because at the core, Destiny, if we were to go in a private match right now, we would have fun in Destiny. Because we're all on the same page. Right? That I'm doing the matchmaking. I am grabbing people from the chat to put in a game. The core engine of the game is there for people to do with what they want. And if people are on the same page, it's going to be a good experience. The problem is that Destiny has all these little distractions out there to make you not do what is intended in the game. And then reward you for that. And until that changes, people aren't going to do these other things. People, look, the lockout mechanic and mercying happens all the time. There are people that capture zones. I don't know that giving them a weapon damage bonus is going to make it better. I don't see it. Maybe I'm blind, but I don't see that making Iron Banner better. We'll see, though. Match rule sets will be tuned, so things like Hunt grants team weapon damage bonus. That could be an absolute shit show, but who knows. But the other team, a super energy generation bonus. So one team gets bonus weapon damage. The other team gets bonus super damage. So then what? Does one team go in there and let the other team cap the zones first to get that super energy, and then you swing the battle to where you start using your supers to cap the zones? Who knows? Who knows? Could be a shit show. Could be great. We don't know. It's meant to play like a custom version of Mayhem, so the matches are short, fun, and easy to engage with. We shall see. Okay, anniversary pack. This goes back to that 30th anniversary. 4 new maps. 4 maps new to D2. So, remember how I said... Remember I had said earlier... when I watched the Halo Infinite trailer, I had said, I will bet you that Bungie is saving something for before or during Halo Infinite. I would bet that it would be this anniversary pack. Maybe I'm wrong. But 4 maps new to D2. 2 brand new, 2 D1. So Whitmo, you're kind of right. 2 brand new, never before seen. 2 from D1. New PvP mode. This is what I'm excited about, chat. Here it is. Here it is. The whole reason why I am even reading this leak to begin with. If it wasn't for this one sentence, I wouldn't even waste my time with this entire leak. Here it is. A new PvP mode. No abilities. Weapons only. Where's my roar? I don't have the roar. Ah, shit. Shit, I don't have my roar. Crowd. Applause. Sound effect. Give it to me. It's muted. No abilities. Guns only. No abilities. Guns only. It's almost like somebody watched the league. They watched the league. In all seriousness, I'm super excited for this. This is the thing. That sentence, take it for a grain of salt. We got the wave going. Take it for a grain of salt. It may not be true, but I have been asking, and it may be shitty. If it does happen, it may suck. We don't know. We don't know. But I have been asking for something like that, especially for competitive or trials, a ranked mode or something where it goes to skill. And there's still guns out there that are OP as shit. And I know it might still be shitty. I get that. But it's a glimmer of hope that there might be something in there. I've been having a lot of fun with Apex. I've been having a lot of fun with Warzone. I've been having a lot of fun with different games. And I've even said it would be cool if they restricted how many people could pick a hunter or stasis or the subclass or the whatever. I really, really, really think if in order for PvP to get to a good place, I really think they need to start restricting more. If you play Rainbow Six, you can't choose the same operator. If you play Overwatch, you cannot choose the same hero. If you play Apex, you cannot choose the same legend. Different games restrict things to make it more fun and make it more fair and make it more balanced. I really, really think they need to incorporate some of those methods into this game. Not the whole game, not all of it, not the entire PvP arena, but there needs to be a mode, a skill-based mode where they do those kind of things. I really, really think that would bring attention to this game a little bit more. So I'm excited for that. New PvP mode, no abilities, weapons only. 4 Halo weapons, possibly spread between legendary and exotic. Plan is for players to be able to have a full Halo-themed loadout. That'd be cool. That'd be cool as hell. Again, I'm not getting my hopes up that any of this is true, but at the same time, they could see this and they could be like, hey, everybody is excited for this kind of stuff. The thing is a leak doesn't guarantee that it's true. But sometimes a company will see that fans are desperate for something and will be like, well, we weren't going to do it, but we can see the reaction to the possibility of it, so let's go ahead and do it, right? So you never know. You never know what a company is planning. You never know if this is true or not, and you never know if, even if it's not true, they go ahead and do it anyway. I honestly believe Sparrow Racing was put into the game because of community reaction to it. I do not think Sparrow Racing was intended to be in the game. And then they saw, and they're like, let's do it. Subclass 3.0, 1 element per season. Season 16, which is this next season, Void. So I'm assuming that means Void will get a rework. Includes reworks. Yep, there it is. Includes reworks, not just conversion. We know this is going to happen. They've already teased it. Luke Smith, when he mentioned it, that's not like when I mention the meetup and, you know, different things that I plan on doing, I'm committed to doing it. I'm so committed to doing it that I talk about it every now and then until it happens. That's what this is going to be. The subclasses, let's go to Destiny. Your subclasses are eventually going to look like Stasis. This is the future of the game. This is what the game is going to be. This is going to be solar with your different things, and it's really not that much different than what it is. It's just concise. Like if you were to break apart all this stuff and do the branches like solar and arc and void, it's you got the same stuff, except now you've got extra fragments. This is just a different way to customize and all that kind of stuff. What I hope is that they don't make it super grindy to where you have to unlock fragments for your solar subclass, and then you have to do it on all 3 characters and, you know, go back and forth and story mission, like all that tedious bullshit grind. That's when you will hear from me and my lawyers. But this is going to happen. This subclass rework. So season 16 is going to be Void. Transmog says Transmog. Passively gain currency while playing. Purchase bounties with that currency to earn tokens. Very grindy! Yeah, no shit. And now, here is something that people need to be aware of. System is dictated by the business department. So, let me be clear about something. When I critique Destiny, when I critique this video game, all right, I try. I'm not always good. I say Bungie. We have a nickname for the higher-ups called Phil, so that we don't name anybody specifically. I never even mentioned Luke Smith's name. I try not to make it personal because I know what it's like to have a job where you have to work for somebody and they are telling you what to do. Even though you don't agree with it, you have to do it because that's your fucking job. That's every employee at Bungie. It's not like employees at Bungie are sitting there trying to figure out ways to, you know, fuck up the game and ruin all their hard work. The employees love the game. The employees want the game to succeed. However, that being said, there are people that sometimes make decisions that are not in the best interest of the player. It's in the best interest of the business. And I get it's a business. That's not a bad thing. Businesses need to make money. But at the same time, there are things that are in the game that drives players away. You're going to make less money when you drive players away. And it's not good for the game, the longevity. And sometimes executives and higher-ups and corporate people make decisions. Cough, cough. Looking at you, Activision. Looking at you, Battlefront 2. You deserve the outcry against that. You deserve the backlash for that shit. And that's what I try to vocalize. And that's why I yell about Phil. Because Phil is that person, the nickname for the person at Bungie, that found a way to ruin something good. Right? That's where that comes from. And so everybody hates the Transmog system. But that system, according to this, and maybe this isn't true, but I would guarantee, I would totally believe that that system was not decided by just, you know, the gameplay development team. Because they know what it's like to play the game. That is something like, how can we milk money from the players? And there's a lot of decisions in Destiny that don't have to be as bad as they are. But they're like that because somebody high up has decided, fuck it, this is what we're going to do. Solo player stuff for trials. Interesting. I don't agree, but I know people don't agree with me. So there you go. Now we're even. I think that's bad. Who knows? Could be wrong. Play solo comp and see how that goes. I'm just saying. Play solo comp, freelance comp, try to get to legend, and let me know how many things you've broken on the way there. And we'll talk. So, this is some more Halo stuff. I'm actually not even going to mention what is going to come out. Aside from the Magnum, there's some other things from Halo and Myth and some other games from Bungie that they're talking about putting into the game here. I'm not going to mention because that's kind of cool. That's not going to... I'd rather people be surprised about that. I wouldn't want to know. Okay. Oh, here we go. 30th anniversary pack. Release date. December 21st, 2021 is what this says is the plan. That's when the gun-only PvP mode. This says it's going to be called hardware. That could always change. So December, man, if this comes out, I'm going to be playing this a shit ton. And again, when does Halo Infinite come out? Chat, when does Halo Infinite come out? Chat, when does Halo Infinite come out? Chat, am I right? Halo Infinite release? When? Holiday 2021. All those people. I've been saying, I know they're holding on. All those people are like, they got to do something with PvP. Got to do something with Crucible. And I kept saying, I've been saying it for 3 months now. Or, no, not 3 months. I said it. The minute I saw the Halo Infinite trailer, I said, this is why Destiny has not had a Crucible rework at all. They are saving all their stuff for when Halo comes out. I guarantee it. And now this leak is. This is story spoilers that I'm not going to read. But as far as Witch Queen goes, this mentions a raid. So, world's first begins again. Witch Queen, it says about February. New weapon type. It's a third-person melee weapon type. Interesting. We'll have class-based mechanics. Only available through weapon crafting. We'll see. Public LFG in the tower at some point in year 5. Eververse gifting in year 5. And here we're getting to the end, chat. Chat, that's all of it. Like I said before, it's nice to know where the game is going so that you can, kind of think whether you want to invest your time into it. But, if you're going to invest your time, you shouldn't have things spoiled for you. So I tried my best to keep that out. We're done with the leak. That is the leak. I'm sure there's more out there. I'm sure some of it will happen. I'm sure some of it will be scrapped. I'm sure some of it will change. I'm sure we have to wait and see, and anything could happen. But the two things that I am excited for, beyond anything else, and the main reason I read it, is number one, a new mode in Crucible that focuses on guns. I really hope that ends up being good, because we all love Destiny and we talk about the gunplay, and they even said in one of their twabs or whatever that the game was too ability focused. They were going to try and bring that back a little bit. Maybe that's what they meant. I hope something like that eventually happens, and I hope it's based around a ranked system skill-based system or whatever. And I hope the game gets better. As much as I talk bad about the game, it's because I want the game to be good. And right now, there's a lot of times where it's just not, and it doesn't have to be. The other thing is the Halo crossover. Who knows if that's true? That we have to wait and see, and that might be wishful thinking. And who knows, maybe there's licenses and different things involved where it just ends up not being able to happen. But that would be cool. That would be cool loot to chase after and cool loot to go for, and could reinvigorate people's interest in the game. I like the leak in a way because it gives you a look at what is coming. I would not want to purchase this season. I mean, the leak is no different than an early release trailer, right? People do the same thing with the trailers. They break them down. They try and, frame by frame, get a glimpse of what weapon is coming. You want to see, it's like a trailer of a movie. You want to see is this something I should invest my time into? That's why I don't like story spoilers. I don't think there's no reason to do that, because story means different things to different people. Some people like bad stories, Ready Player One. Some people only like good stories. But you shouldn't spoil it. As much as I hate Ready Player One, I wouldn't want to tell somebody what it's about, because they might like it. Where is the leak? Okay, so I will put the link to the leak in the chat. It's on a paste bin. You're not going to get a virus or anything. It's literally, here, I'll show you real quick. It's literally just text, just a wall of text. It will have a ton of story spoilers in it. Like, it will literally tell you what happens in the story. So if you are interested at all, don't read it. That's why I did this today. The whole reason I did this today was to tell you about the important things in the leak without ruining the story for you guys. I took the bullet for you. You're welcome.